Day 94. Assassination. Wednesday, and the excitement cannot be contained. I am going shopping with Chris. Well, to be honest, he doesn't want me in the first shop, Mercadona. He tells me he has a routine now, and that doesn't include me putting unsuitable items in the shopping trolley. Never mind, I am going to the post office instead to pick up a parcel. The post office is only open between 8:30 a.m. and 2:30 p.m. The local office is tiny and usually packed, as many Spanish still come and pay their bills and do very complicated administrative things. I arrive to discover the entrance was hidden behind some railings and the pavement outside was in a complete mess. I follow the arrows around to the back entrance. I'm guessing the temporary entrance that will take you through the sorting room and office. Just ahead of me is Curly Lady. She is our postal worker and delivers the mail to the estate. But as I reach the door, the sign on the door says, closed at 2 p.m. Madre mia, I said to her, waving my hands Spanish style. She explained that the mayor had dug the road up, and it meant, for some reason, they were closing early. She said to me the name of our estate. Yes. Un momento. She took my parcel slip and disappeared behind the door. A moment later, she was back with my parcel. Muchas gracias, I said. De nada. So, I have my parcel, and I have time to annoy Chris in Mercadona. I found him pouring the fish. Oh, he said, I thought you were going to the post office. Now, doused in alcohol and wearing my plastic gloves to get in, I thought I wasn't going to waste the opportunity and helped Chris with the shopping until he got so annoyed he told me to go back and sit in the car. But at least the whole shopping trip this week had a bit of normality about it. We drove out of the town along Avenida Federico Garcia Lorca. If you do a Google Map search, you will find many roads named after Lorca. He was probably one of the greatest writers and poet of his time, and is as important probably as Cervantes, Gaudi, and, well, Picasso too. He came to a rather unfortunate end. García Lorca was born in 1898 in a little town called Fuente Vaqueros. It's about an hour's drive from here. His dad was making good money from the sugarcane growing industry. Sugarcane was a big thing here, and lots of the plains surrounding us now were given over to growing the stuff. By our gym, there is an old sugar factory that supplied sugar to Spain and beyond. The factory is a wreck, but it is slowly being restored. A couple of times, the place has been used as a film location, standing in for Cuba, I believe once. Lorca's mother was a teacher, and when he was 11, the family moved into Granada so that he could attend a city school. From there on to university. And from the age of 6, he took piano lessons and became interested in Spanish folklore. Rather like the Bloomsbury set, the bright young things of Granada met in a local cafe, Café Alameda. By 1917, Lorca was writing books, and Lorca's parents were persuaded to let him attend the Residencia de Estudiantes in Madrid. There, he made friends with Salvador Dali and many other creative artists that would become influential throughout Spain. Then came a play that got laughed off the stage. It was the tale of an impossible love between a cockroach and a butterfly. But that did not deter Lorca. In a career of just 19 years, Federico García Lorca revitalized Spanish poetry, helped to start the second golden age of Spanish theatre, and became one of the most important Spanish poets and playwrights of the 20th century. And his work still influences writers and artists to this day. Unfortunately for Lorca, he was gay. I say that because the nationalist forces, led by Franco in 1936, were not awfully keen on gays or socialists. And he was both. So he ended up being arrested and imprisoned without a trial. On the night of August the 18th, or maybe the 19th, nobody bothered really to keep a record, Lorca was driven to a remote hillside somewhere outside of Granada and shot dead. I say somewhere because so far nobody has been able to find his remains. He might be in the mass grave in Biznar. So, Spain managed to assassinate possibly one of the greatest poets and playwrights of the age, all in the name of nationalism, deciding without a trial he was a danger to the cause. Franco never recognised that Lorca had been bumped off by his Guardia, and the whole affair remained an irritation abroad until Franco's death. Those dark days are over, and since the death of Franco, Spanish towns and cities have been falling over themselves to name roads, squares, museums and the like after García Federico Lorca. Enjoying Spanish Practices? Hit the subscribe button on your favourite podcast player and catch up with all 91 episodes. The music leaving Havana was produced by Marty Stone and Ben Hatton and is reproduced under license from Storyblocks. Spanish Practices is a Creative Radio Partnership Limited production.